So, 3 more days until the Walk for Liberty in Maypen. That's the fourth Walk for Liberty. The UIC is the only organization. You guys are the only set of people since the beginning of this pandemic that has walked for liberty, that has demonstrated 3 times. Now it's going to be a fourth time. The only people that had the courage to stand up to this government. It takes courage. No coward can do what you guys are doing. No coward. It takes courageous people to go out there in the streets and hold up a placard in the sun, in the hot sun. Walk round Hero Circle. Walk round Portmore Mall. Walk round Spanish Town Bypass. And walk now in Maypen. Courageous people. And not easy something for hold up a placard and walk around a big roundabout like Portmore Mall, shouting at the top of your lungs. Freedom, no job for jobs, my body, my property, give me choice, not mandate. It takes strong and courageous people to do that. So I expect to see the strong and courageous Jamaicans in this group out in Maypen this Saturday. There are many who can't make it. There are some who can't make it. Some abroad who can't make it. There are some in Jamaica who work on that day and can't make it. There are some who, for many reasons, who can't make it. Some of them are not comfortable yet. Some of them are not ready yet. But you guys are doing it for them. And to those who are not comfortable yet and who are not ready yet, ask yourself this question. When are you going to be comfortable? When are you going to be ready? Don't wait until the Prime Minister escalates. Do not wait, because I am telling you, he will escalate. We're seeing it in other countries. We're seeing it in Canada. Right there in Canada, they are escalating, telling people you cannot go on an airplane if you are unvaccinated. You cannot go into a restaurant if you are unvaccinated. You can't access the public healthcare system if you are unvaccinated. You cannot take part in normal daily life if you are unvaccinated. See, they know in Jamaica, children cannot go to school to have face-to-face class if they are unvaccinated. You cannot allow the Prime Minister to escalate to the levels that these other so-called fake democratic countries are doing. Australia went so far that China called them out on their authoritarianism. China calling out a so-called democratic nation for tyranny and authoritarianism. Can you believe it? You cannot wait. You have to go out there now. Maypen this weekend in your blue, 8:30 a.m. The buses are being prepped. If you want to get on one of those buses from Kingston, from Portmore, from Spanish Town, raise your hands. We'll get Marlon to reach out to you and get your seat booked for one of those buses. And listen, we can save lives. We can save lives of the Jamaican people. And we can show the world how it's done. From last year, March, we've been aware of how to put an end to this pandemic using a targeted approach and using expert recommendation of early prophylactic treatments. They've been telling us how to end this pandemic and how to save lives. But what did governments do at the behest of pharmaceutical lobbying giants? They censored these experts. They censored their science. They censored their research, their medical journals. They went as far as blocking you and I, putting you and I in Facebook jail if we ever shared their medical journals. They've gone as far as to get in Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Amazon, Shopify to censor anybody who goes against their tyranny. The government of Jamaica is acting in lockstep with these people. We can save lives. Early outpatient treatment is there. The people who died last year and this year, they did not have to. They did not have to die of COVID-19. Their lives could have been saved. So hear me out. Hear me out. And I want you to hear me clearly. The 1,000 and odd people who died, who were told, stay home, quarantine, because you tested positive for COVID-19, without being given access to these early outpatient treatments like what India is using, what Mexico is using, and what Africa is using. Those people who died, they died of state-sanctioned homicide. I wonder if you're hearing me. I wonder if you're listening to what I'm saying. That is state-sanctioned homicide. It is not just COVID-19 that's killing people. This government is also killing people. They are killing people by refusing them access to life-saving drugs that Jamaican doctors in Jamaica right now are advocating for. So you see, when you go out for Walk for Liberty this weekend, you're not just walking for liberty for those who are still alive. You are also walking for those who died due to neglect by this government. You are walking for those who now need justice. You are going to be giving justice to the people who passed away. The people who passed away yesterday, the people who passed away today, the people who will pass away every day that this government refuses to make life-saving drugs accessible to the Jamaican people. This is state-sponsored homicide. So you see, when the Gleaner, the Observer, or the government themselves post the images of people suffering in hospitals, the images of people dying from COVID-19, or the images of people who have died from COVID-19. What they are doing is posting the images of their victims. These are victims of state-sponsored neglect causing homicide. Get that in your head, guys. Because this weekend, you're walking for liberty, but you're also walking for justice.